Nottinghamshire racked up maximum batting bonus points and took late wickets as they maintained control of their LV County Championship match against Middlesex at Trent Bridge. They set off at the start of the second day on 132 for 1, with Alex Hales on 71 and Michael Lumb on 51, and the pair saw out the first 6 overs of the morning, in which they took their partnership for the second wicket to 150 after they'd lost Neil Edwards without a run on the board. A bit of extra bounce from Tim Murtagh then did for Hales, who was held by Andrew Strauss in the slips on 79. Nottinghamshire were missing 2 members of their middle order in James Taylor and Samit Patel, which gave Ricky Vessels the chance to shine again, having already scored 100 in his only match of the summer. He and Lumb were now pushing their side towards only their second batting bonus point of the campaign. Lumb batted superbly but did have his moments of fortune, most notably when he started to walk off after lobbing a catch to Murtagh off Ollie Rayner, an opportunity inexplicably dropped. He was on 86 at the time. Lumb was also put down by Strauss on 95, the ball going for 4 instead, and next ball, would you believe, this edge off Neil Dexter was also spilled by Strauss to take Lumb through to his 100, his second of the summer. It had come off 213 balls and had included 13 fours. The end of the morning session was all a little frenetic, with dropped catches, a missed stumping chance, and then the run out of Vessels, who hesitated just a fraction to be beaten by Chris Rogers' throw. He was out for 41 at 233 for 3. Things did calm down after the break as Notts batted very solidly as they built a big score, with Lumb looking in the mood to go on. He eased his way to 150 with successive boundaries off Gareth Berg. He got there off 299 balls. Nottinghamshire had managed only 1 batting bonus point so far this year, and so they really now wanted to make hay while the sun shone. Metaphorically, of course. Lumb and Stephen Mullaney wrapped up yet more points as they took their side to 328, with 12 of the allocated point-scoring overs left. Lumb was trying to force the pace then to get his side up towards 400, and in doing so he lost his wicket with a rare mistimed drive, which landed in the hands of Murtagh, who made no mistake this time. Lumb departed for a magnificent 162. Mullaney was also dropped by Strauss on 34 before he really began to enjoy himself with some terrific stroke play. He hit an enormous 6 off Berg, which went over the Bridgeford Road stand, and he then drove Ollie Rayner for another maximum on his way to a 50 made from 84 balls. He was out for 60 when he pulled Stephen Finn out to Berg, and that left Notts on 365 for 5, needing a further 35 runs from 5 overs for their 5th batting bonus point. Stuart Broad hit a 6 and a 4 to help his side's cause, but after making a dozen from half a dozen deliveries, he edged a drive off Finn to Strauss, who held on this time. Nottinghamshire were certainly playing their shots. Chris Reed, not used to coming in with so many runs on the board perhaps, drilled a drive off Dexter to Finn to go for 13. And Graham Swan fell to the same bowler in the same over, leg before, for a single. Andre Adams then produced his usual array of thumping shots, and that took his side to 400 with just 1 ball to spare of the 110 overs in which bonus points can be scored. Adams struck a rapid 29 off only 18 deliveries, but then carved Finn out to Dexter at long off. And the innings was ended by Rayner, who had Harry Gurney held at mid-wicket for a duck. Nottinghamshire had made it to 423, their best score at Trent Bridge since last July. Strauss's day worsened when he nicked Gurney behind on 2, and then Adams came on and removed Sam Robson with an edge behind to leave Middlesex on 32 for 2. They need 274 to avoid the follow-on, and as long as Joe Denley stays in, they'll be confident of getting there. He made 134 not out in his last innings, and again he looked in good touch under the lights here. But Notts ended the day in a very strong position when Adams struck for the 30th time this summer by having Rogers caught in the slips by Mullaney. So Middlesex go into the third day on 51 for 3, with Denley still there and going well on 32. That leaves them 372 runs adrift, and they'll hope that the country's leading wicket-taker Adams has something of an off day on day 3.